Morning. Pastor Emily asked us to speak about how God has been present in our lives since we've joined the church. We joined Potomac Presbyterian about a year ago, almost to the day, when we relocated here, because we wanted God and the church to be a central theme within our family's lives. When we joined the church, Pastor Emily forgot to mention that there was going to be an oral exam after the first year. So please bear with us. Since we've been involved with PPC, both Allison and I have experienced and witnessed a presence of a new foundation within our family. I believe from sharing similar beliefs in God, community, and Scripture with this congregation. It's a foundation that carries with us when we leave here each week and strengthened when we return each Sunday. I see how it impacts how we interact with others, both neighbors and those unfamiliar to us, with kindness, humility, and respect, and an understanding that we're all equal under God in our service to Him. Just a few weeks ago, our 5-year-old Madison, before going to bed, she went through her nightly routine, read a few stories, and just as she was falling asleep, the last thought she had in her mind was about a bed that we had in our garage that was still unpacked from our move a year ago. And she asked her mother if we weren't going to use the bed, if we could donate it to the apartment that the church was preparing. Scarlett, who's only 1, is slowly learning but quickly following after her big sister. Every night before we eat dinner, we try to say a prayer, and she's always the first one to fold her hands, and she waits for Madison to say a prayer, eagerly waiting to say amen.
God seemed to have picked this church for us as both our daughters, Madison and Scarlett, feel very comfortable coming here. They're excited to come every single week. One Sunday, Madison even chose coming to church over going to a friend's birthday party. That's a pretty big deal when you're 5. Also, despite having just joined the church last fall, Madison was very excited to be part of the pageant and help tell the story of Jesus' birth. You've probably also seen her coming through the church, skipping up the aisles to be up here for the children's sermon. She's always excited to be here for that. Madison has recently started to attend Sunday school and loves it. Last Sunday, I had just completed a very long week at work and was exhausted. We were sitting in Scarlett's room, still in our pajamas. I was looking at the clock thinking, well, I don't know, I'm pretty tired. And I turned to her, I gave her an option whether she wanted to go to Sunday school or not. She looked at me and said, Mommy, go get dressed. Let's go. So I got up and got dressed and we made it. We were a little late, but she got here and was very excited to be here. It was very important for us to have Scarlett baptized, and we were thrilled to have had her baptized here last spring. She's growing up so quickly and loves coming to the nursery, and I'm sure you've all seen her sneaking snacks quietly in fellowship hall after church. God has not just been at work in our girls at the church. He has also been very present in our lives. This stage in life is very busy. Full-time jobs and taking care of 2 small children does not leave much time for anything else. However, God has continued to put opportunities to be involved in the church in our paths. I was recently able to help with the youth Sunday school class and found it very rewarding to spend time with the children in the one-room classroom. And Christopher has enjoyed being part of the finance committee. I found the sermon during ministry week about taking time for ministry and that ministry looks different for everyone very relevant. In the busyness of life, God continually reminds me to pause and recognize what is important. Lastly, God has put all of you in our lives, It is a joy coming here to see such friendly faces and seeing some of you out and about in regular life during the week. God is continually at work in all of our lives. I'm keeping my eyes open to see what he might be up to next. We love being part of the Potomac Presbyterian Church.